Alright guys, welcome back to the 17 Grand Cross video. Today I want to rank every single character released in 2024 to do a little bit of like a recap of the year and do a little bit of a retrospect to say, you know, was this year actually good for Grand Cross or was it bad? And in the first character we have to rank is going to be Shin. He was the first character that released this year in terms of like, you know, part 2 towards Melee. We're not going to be counting Demon King Melee here. But how am I going to rank the characters? Honestly, I'm just going to rank them on how much I enjoyed them and if they were like a good addition towards the game, right? You know, good or bad. To look at that million here, you know, but how much I enjoyed the character, did I like the character, was he cool, did he have a good kit, you know, the things around the character rather than just say how good or broken they were, right? It's not tier list of how strong they actually were, but you know, did they bring something new and you can, you know, excite them towards the game? So the first character is Shin. Put me in D tier. I mean, look, I'm biased towards Shin. I just don't like him. At this point in the game, we really should be getting Awakened Shin rather than doing new versions of once or in the game. And as you will see in the list here, we get an abundance of actual human support. And I think by this point, I remember as well, we didn't even have, you know, Chaos Alpha. So again, human support, when I think at the time we were using Escanor, did not care about the character. Then we get King. Now, King animations, you can see probably on screen now, well, actually very cool. I do like it. I do like the fact they've been recently going back and given festival characters seasonal versions and like making them a like kind of better version of the old pre-festivals, which I think it kind of was. Although I never really used the character too much because I think I skipped them at the time. You know, you can't go wrong with a Harlequin, at least the way I look at it. Then we got the Title God collaboration. You know, I'm gonna put him in A. I actually use him unironically. He's actually like good in like bosses and like some tower trial stuff. I don't even know his name. She's hot. I use her sometimes, not as much as the top guy and in Zahard. I only know him because of Nagato. And Nagato said he was really bad and probably the worst character released this year. Or at least he said that when he released. And he's literally the only character this year I didn't pull. So I'm putting him in D tier. Diane, I want to put her in S, you know. So the reason why, I think she has one of the more unique animations ever in the game. Her actual stance skill is actually so cool. It's the stance skill she uses against Estarossa. And Estarossa just literally knocks it down. But the animation of it is so cool. She pulls it up. It looks so weird in game, but like sick. She stands behind it further back than like any other character in the game. Like they put a lot of flavor into his character, plus we do love Diane. So for me, I think I'm gonna put her in there. Didn't really use the character too much, but I do know in terms of design wise, amazing. And the boys in the podcast are saying she was like actually like really good for like, you know, PvE content. I think like even a Demon King, and actually a really good must have in the scene team, and was basically a must have until we got LR Diane, right? Chaos Alpha. How do I feel about him putting him into A tier? Honestly, like, look, I love Chaos Alpha, but there was a part of me that was like, okay, finally he's in the game. Just get him out so we can start hopefully getting some Four Knights characters in the game. And of course, following him, we did get Four Knights characters. But I'm trying to not be biased because I really do like Four Knights Alpha. It really is just a different character. Chaos Alpha from the end of 70 Sins, you know, it's just the normal model, but with a black eye and missing an arm. You know, they can't go wrong with it. And in terms of design-wise, at least in retrospect now of like him aging, he didn't age well because you have to move 2 skills. And even right now in the Human 2, no one's using him. Outfits, I didn't really like too much as well. So for Arthur, while yes, he did bring the, you know, the human meta. Let me put him in front of him, actually. You know, I might move him down. Yeah, I don't feel right having this guy in the same tier as Alpha. I'm not gonna lie. I get the S tier though. We don't have the LRs, so Zeldris, but this was probably one of the best releases we've gotten this year. It's so flavorful when they actually add an LR with a character matching. And the fact that we finally got an LR Zeldris, which is very cool. Gilda definitely took the spotlight away from him, but it was so cool that like, okay, he was kind of made because he life steals a little bit with a despair skill. You know, he was kind of made to support Gilda, but of course Gilda was so broken. And Gilda, if you guys watch the channel for a long time now, I've been saying, you know, she deserves to be a festival character. And while she wasn't a festival, they definitely made her one basically, because she was arguably stronger than Chaos Alpha at the time, and she's still now to this day being used. Animations are cool, outfit is cool as well. I think right now she's by far the best release in the game, and one of the cooler ones. Like for a part 2, it was so cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. And then for Gopher, out of nowhere, C tier, very boring, right? It was just basically what people would argue a LR Gopher of what would have been like Red Gopher, for example. But then they just said, okay, let's make it into a new character, and sold it to us for like 900 gems right after Arthur and also Gilda. Terrible timing. And we didn't know they were doing festivals around this like time slot, so caught everyone off guard. I would say he gets a little bit points because his ultimate is meant to mimic the Four Knights ultimate, which he's gonna have probably in the future. Not the same, but it was cool. Valentia I put in C tier. I don't care. I know she's a rat unit, but I don't like PvE content. Farmed the rat for weeks for them to not even release a relic in like 2 months. Yeah, I don't care. Victoria, putting in S tier. Very, very cool. I really like her. I mean, not only was she a fan favorite and I really wanted to see her in the part 2 for Rat and Shield Hero, but they made Philo a lot better. And while Philo didn't last too long, Philo was made inferior to work with her. And while she's similar towards Case Arthur, to where you have to basically not merge a skill, but do an AoE skill, get a full AoE crit turn, and then you can pop off next turn. I don't know. I had so much fun using the character. Glass, though, no. Like, what does she even do? She's in a situation as Zeldris where, like, Victoria took all the actual spotlight, but she just didn't play well. She's terrible. I don't know. Skadi, don't care. I know once again she's probably likely a little bit of a rat unit, but what relic are you going to make? They haven't reached one in months now. And when you do, they're terrible. We actually got leaks of Galen's relic, which you can see on screen now. They just turned Galen's relic in towards Amelia's passive, which is terrible. So, not only are we not getting relics, when they do make them, they're bad, Escanor might be the best character released this year. He has probably one of the best looking ultimates in the game. It's so sick. Honestly, I think we have to make it own tier. Best unit release this year, and I generally do believe that. While Skinny Escanor is a character I've wanted in the game for such a long time now, and while he's not a part of the actual animations and character, it's still Skinny Escanor. The artwork is amazing. It's Purple Jacket Escanor, which we've been wanting for such a long time now. It's still not Purple Jacket Escanor in the case normal daytime form, which is what I want to see the most in the game. But yeah, the ultimate animation is sick. He's got an intro, which is they haven't done at all this year. Basically, a lot of love was put towards this character. And they fixed what I really hate about the game, and that was Ultimate Escanor from the year previously. Ultimate Escanor, when he first came out, the yellow one, was terrible. I didn't like him. One of the first, if not the first character that had a 6/6 ability in a way through the ultimates, it was just hated him. He looked terrible. I know, outfit-wise, he didn't change too much. He's literally just, a purple jacket, but it makes a big difference. And the light Escanor's no animations just don't look as good as this one, even though I know they are somewhat similar. He's got the final prominence a little bit. I don't know. I just love this character so much. Everything just, it's like literally night and day compared to the light and dark. Percival, though, I'm going to put an A tier. I mean, obviously, I'm a fan of Percival, but the way they done him, sub-slot character in a way, wasn't great in the front line. He could have cooked a little bit in the past. It was okay, just not great. Wild, I haven't even looked at his kit. I mean, does he just buff up? Was it Hawk's passives or stats by 50%? For a free character, sure, it's Wild. He actually looks really cool in game though. He's massive. It's kind of cool. Chandler, C tier, I think. He works in the demon theme. For a subset character, he's actually kind of decent. It's just you don't really use him for anything other than that. Subnak. Honestly, I really liked her when she got revealed, but I don't think she deserved to be a UR festival. Not only was she one of those seasonal festivals that caught a little people off guard, not everyone, because we kind of expected it from Gopher, but I'm not a big fan of OCs that don't deserve to be actual UR festivals being UR festivals. When we get to 4, she was hyped up from the trailer. The anticipation of waiting 2.5 years for to get added to the game and for her to show up in story mode when she did, it was cool. We don't know too much about Subnak right now, other than maybe she's some sort of creation from Lilia's mental state or something like that. I'm not entirely too sure. Although I do like the characters appearance-wise. We do know, at least behind the scenes in terms of the nightmares, that there are 2 other nightmares that we've seen that look very cool as well. And they might be UR festivals, which would be annoying as well. Because we do know there's a massive silhouette, the mastermind behind the actual 3 nightmares. And I think if anything, he deserves, or she, whoever it may be, probably likely deserves to be an actual UR festival, because it is the main villain, more likely, of the OC storyline. While it may take a year and a half before we get the character, I don't know. I feel like, building it up towards it deserves it, and she just got shown and got added straight away. I don't know. I mean, granted, she got shown a year later. We got a chapter that added her into the game. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of her. But yeah, she could have been the exact same character, 600 gems, sold it for a cheaper banner, and it would have been better. Plus, I think her banner was bad as well, right? Because they didn't return Arthur. Merlin, I'm going to put in speed tier again. Once again, kind of go back to what we said with Diane a little bit. She was basically a better version, almost the same as the previous festival. Merlin, animation-wise, she looked cool. Really like design, but in the span of 2 months, he added so many OCs. She just didn't get the shine. I've not even used the character. I think she was bugged on release as well. Got the character, haven't touched her. 4 though, I really like. Like I did say, when you build up towards it and you have that anticipation, we all want to see 4. They build it up. animations are sick. The animations were sick. She's really cool in game. And I love the Force Judgment of like doing the, building up towards the lightning strike. It's cool. Good design. I think no matter what, whenever they added 4 towards the game, she was going to be like one of the better characters released this year. Boulder, I put an A because I know he's good. I don't like him though. But he's definitely not better than everyone in B. Jenna, C tier, very much like Chandler, just a subset character. One of many that we got this year for actual human characters. Nobrel, am I saying that right? She released, once again, overshadowed by Demiurge, but does get a little bit better later on as we got Millen. Not that I'm rating them how good they actually were, but she didn't have that much use back when she came out. Like I said, got a little bit better later on. But even then, she was one of so many options you could use with Millen. I don't really care too much about her. Demiurge, though, how do I feel? We got to put him in S tier, I think, for the fact that he was an unknown that works with demons. We always thought there was like a kind of like a taboo thing that unknowns just can't work with demons in terms of collaborations. Going back towards Rum and Rum, sure, they are Onis, they're not technically magians, which means they're not demons. But it did break the cycle that not every single collab character has to be unknown or human. Or he's still unknown, but you can still work with other races. Which I guess Era did that too, Giants, but that don't count. Camilla, we do not care. I don't know what she does. And this was, once again, in a period of like so much OC characters. She reached out a really bad time. Percival, though, really, really do like him. This was the awakening Percival, not the true awakening one like I want to see in the game. So he wasn't a festival character, but he was the first light type, like standard SSR character in the game, which is kind of nice. Added a little bit of flavor towards him, a little bit unique. While he was the second Fortnite's character added right after the old Percival, which I guess takes away from this one a little bit. Animation-wise, they incorporated his little mini Percivals, and honestly, probably second best ultimate in the game right now in terms of like animations when it comes towards this year. It's so cool to see the minions fly in and then they like tell them to jump off like it's like a carpet bomb. I don't know, I love the character. But in terms of playing with the character, very fun. Using 2 skills, actually doing quite a lot of damage once he gets his firm velocity, whatever they call it. And then making humans tank like Demiurges and like a bunch of other characters were very cool. Oh, you know what? I think Estarossa might be up there with Gilda, I think. Not that I'm ranking in order, but like, I think he had one of the better designs this year. They took what was so bad about the blue Estarossa, which was them removing buffs, because at the time, you probably want to be using like Traitor Melee, or like any Melee or like characters that have like Amplify, which is like, a lot of the Melees, even like Galan, for example. The blue one was made to kind of counter Rumor a little bit, and yeah, buff removal is annoying. We don't really get that many blue buffs in the meta, so when we do have them, him kind of ruining it was kind of annoying. At least the blue one, right? With this one, like I say, they took what was so bad about the old Estarossa and made it part of the character's kit by having 2 actual buff skills that when he uses skills, it removes the buffs himself. It's so cool. I really like it. It's Berserk Estarossa. Animations cooked as well. Cool. I think caught me off guard a little bit, the fact that the little Halloween hound was actually dressed up. They didn't need to do that. Sure, they've done in the past, but I guess our expectations were so low that I didn't expect it, and I really liked it. Millen, I might have to change this. Best units released this year. I think so. Honestly, look, boys, I'm biased. I really like Millen. If you go back and look at my predictions of like what character I want to see in the game, she was up there. And I generally didn't think it was possible. I thought we were going to get Diablo. And the fact that she was an LR character, which I know people didn't really like, but it made her all that more special. Animations, I mean, she does what she does in the show, but like, I mean, she's broken for a reason, and I still love it. Shion, I mean, I'll put her in S. Look, it hurt me a little bit that she's a PvE character. I still, to this day, haven't used her. I don't care about PvE, but from what I heard and what everyone says, she is really good in PvE. To be fair, I used her for the first time yesterday, one of the PvE bosses. And she has got Amplify, which is kind of fun in PvE content. Like, I do know if I actually cared about PvE, I probably would use her a lot. But I do love Shion, so I'll put her here. Sigurd I like, because he actually did a good passive. That's it. I could not care about Sigurd. Lancelot, we'll put in the S tier. I really do like Lancelot. Probably actually maybe more than Escanor. No, I can't say that. I don't know. I really like him though. He did bring the talent feature in the game, which was like I said, the most tame version of it, like seeing skills, which is so useless other than just cleansing debuffs. It can be helpful sometimes a little bit, but not really. But I will say, like, that's something we've wanted for such a long time now, with like going back towards this Stranger Things collaboration. A lot of people said that 11 should be able to see the person's hand. So generally speaking, it was just a feature a lot of people wanted in the game for such a long time now. Even though it's completely useless, it's still cool to see in the game. Yeah, I really like Lancelot. Nassians, I'm putting in the S tier. He's actually very, very good. Really, really do like the character's kit. Literally just used him a few hours ago on the actual human team. Still really good in the game. Rank sub, brings back a heal card that you just never see used in PvP nowadays, and it's actually good too. I really do like Nassians as a character, so I'm a bit biased here, but yeah, he's up there with Percival a little bit. You can't use both of it. One or two, basically. D tier? Yeah, I think so, because, like, you can't get him. So that's kind of why, like, he's a UR character. He's actually a UR character, which I don't know why they've done that. And he's very similar towards Wild in, like, the fact that he buffs up, like, Percival stats, which, like, could be so cool in the future. We get, like, a festival Percival. Would have been cool to make a video on it a little bit, but you literally can't use him. You can't get him. Then I just added in now. We have Zeneri. Where's Jenna? Down here. I think Jenna's actually better too. Zeneri's just it's cool to see her in game and then get a new outfit. I think her outfit's actually really good, actually. But once again, the 5th to 6th, 7th actual human support we got in this year, like, these two should have been goddesses. Or welcome goddesses. And then we get the final character, dual character Melly Elizabeth. I mean, we gotta put her up, right? It's the first dual character in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I think I do like Lancelot a lot more in terms of design-wise. Just like Lancelot's a character. I think if they were to do what I said, where they picked Assault Mediolas and also Bloody Elizabeth, literally could be in the exact same animations. I guess it wouldn't work because you wouldn't have the sword. But, like, I would have preferred that version of Melly Ellie rather than the 3,000-year-old Melly Elizabeth, which is still cool. I don't mind it. It's just, I would have preferred that. Plus, there's some things that kind of take away from the character, and that is, they have, like, a new ultimate animation if you dupe it out. It's so stupid. Like, if you haven't seen my last video, the ultimate basically just ends early if you don't get towards a high dupe level. It's so stupid. I don't know why they've done that in the game. Like, you never see in PvP. And they actually reused the same outfits as they did for the old Traitor Melly and also old Elizabeth, but then put it as a dual character. That, to me, just felt lazy. I don't think the character's lazy in any way, shape, or form, but them reason outfits, why? So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up my little ranking every character who's came out this year. Which, again, not based off power, but more or less just based off how much I enjoyed and pushed the character, what he brought to the game, how hype were they a little bit. And guys, honestly, if you look at the tier list right now, you can see there's actually a lot of people in the higher tiers than the bottom tiers. I actually do think this year was actually very good in terms of releases. And if you go down towards the bottom, like the C tier right here, most of them, if not a lot of them, are just either got outshined by other collab characters or also were step-ups to where, like, okay, the step-ups for a sub-slot to, like, fit a niche a little bit. Not actually meant to be, like, real characters and or are PvE, basically, like, you know, these lot down here. But yeah, generally speaking, I do think in terms of character design, it was a good year. Would have loved to have seen more actual semi-sense characters and Full Knights. Like, I really do think the fact that we jumped straight towards Lancelot without building up towards, like, Arn, Donnie, even though they've been shown, or I guess not Arn, but Donnie's been shown in story mode for, like, 5 months now. He should be in the game. And while I do appreciate Jenna and Zeneri getting new characters, they should have been Jenna and Zeneri in their new goddess form. Well, not in goddess form, just with wings, basically. And yeah, less OCs, please. That would be nice too. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this year. Definitely a lot better than last year. Last year, I think, was terrible. It took so long to get a decent worth banner, which I think was Mael of like 4 or 5 months. And even then, he wasn't even that great. And then Barn came out. Barn had to get buffed, and he wasn't great either. And the best character after like 6 months was like Tyr. And Ragnarok character, that's like 3 foot. I don't know. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video, and yeah, peace.